Tell me what you think. Tell me what is true. Tell me how it feels when I say I love you. Oh, I love you. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you do. Tell me what you feel. Tell me the real. Tell me what you think. What do you think about? Tell me what is true. Could it be something? Tell me how it feels when I say I love you. Tell me what you want. I love you.
Hi YouTube, thank you for coming back to my channel. So if you hear a bunch of noise, it's because my fiance, she's putting together a water slide for us to do out the backyard. So I'm kind of excited about that, but I figure while I'm waiting, I can talk a little bit about something that's going to be kind of personal, but I think it's important. This is going to be about your why. That's going to be one of the biggest things that you think about on a journey like this is, why am I doing it and why is it so important to me? Now, previously in my last video, I talked about the fact that I tried Atkins, Herbalife, Weight Watchers. I've tried every single weight loss solution that you can think of. And each and every time, you know, I would lose weight, but I would always gain it back. And I would gain it back plus more. So I lost 30 pounds, I would gain back 40 pounds, and the cycle just continued. So I realized that, you know, my why was very vague. If someone asked me, why are you on this journey? It's because I want to lose weight. Because I love myself. Because I love my family. You know, it's just very vague and very general. And I realized that I needed a why that really focuses on specifically why I'm doing this. What is it specifically that bothers me? What are the things that I feel like I'm missing out on because I'm not at my healthiest weight? And what can I change? So that's kind of what we're going to talk about today, just examining your why. So I have story time for you. So 2 parts to my why. So the first part is I went to Six Flags, I believe it was last year. And I'm going to include a picture in this video. But last year I went to Six Flags. And I love amusement parks. I love the thrill. I love getting on amusement parks. Even though I'm scared of heights, something about amusement parks, I just love them. So we're standing in line, we're waiting on this ride, and we're waiting in line, and we're waiting in line, and we're waiting in line. And I am so excited to get on this ride. I don't even know what ride it was, but I'm so excited to get on this ride. And I'm standing in line, and we're talking, and we're pulling out cameras and taking pictures. We were just so excited to be there. And this line was so long. So we finally get to the front. I'm the last person, like all my family's in front of me, and I'm the last person. So my family, it's our turn. And they go to walk across, they get in, they strap up, they pull the bar down, you know, they're ready, and I'm still walking across so that I can get in, I can do the same. So I sit down, I try to pull the bar over me, and I'm pushing the bar down, and it won't budge. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to push the bar down, and it's not budging. So I'm like, okay. So the guy sees me struggling. He works there. The guy sees me struggling, and he comes over and he tries to help me. So he tries to push the bar down, and he pushes it down again, and it doesn't move. It doesn't click. You don't hear it click, nothing. So he just gives like a hand wave, and another guy came over quickly, and he pushes the bar down. So at this point, everybody on the ride is just kind of waiting to start the ride. And he pushes down again, and it doesn't click. And I know all these people are waiting to get on this ride because I was excited to get on this ride. So I know they were excited to get on this ride. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just get up and let me walk off and let them enjoy their ride. And I just couldn't believe that I had gotten to the point that I couldn't even ride a roller coaster. Like, and I love roller coasters. And my last time previous to that incident was going maybe like a half a year earlier than that. And I was able to ride everything. So that just tells me that my weight was really getting out of control. And it was honestly embarrassing. And I'm like, no, and everyone's like, hey, do you want me to get off? We'll get off with you. We can all just get off this ride together. And I'm like, no, I don't want to make it a big deal. I want everybody to enjoy their ride. My weight is not their problem, and I was so thankful that I was with a group of people who are like, hey, we can all get off, because that was very sweet of them. But at the same token, I got up and was like, no, I can go. However, that was a big wake-up call. And, before I got up, I took my camera, I took a picture of the bar on my lap and said, this is something that I need to remember. This is something that I should never forget, And, shortly after that, I started eating healthy, doing everything that I'm supposed to do. That picture stayed on my mind. And over time, as we all know, the cycle continues. You kind of fall off track. You got chocolate here, maybe pizza here or something like that. And I just fell off again. And I also went to my second incident, story time part 2. My second incident is I went to a sorority retreat. So I'm a part of a lesbian sorority. And we did a sorority retreat for just our chapter. And I enjoyed the retreat. My sorority sisters, they're amazing. And we had an amazing time. So we were supposed to do a photo shoot. And we did. But we had a photo shoot scheduled. And I wore a 2-piece. I had a 2-piece with like ruffles and stuff. I had a white top, a white bottom, and I wore a 2-piece. Now, normally I always have a 1-piece. Anybody who knows me, they know that I will always have a 1-piece on the beach. So this time I decided to do a 2-piece, but the only reason I decided to do the 2-piece is because I had a really pretty white cover up to go over top. So I bought the really pretty white cover up, and I also had the 2-piece white bathing suit. So it's time to get ready. We're about to get on the beach, and I have my cover up, got my glasses on. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this photo shoot. I love my bathing suit. I love the cover up because you can still see the bathing suit, but everything else is just not really exposed, So it gives you just a little bit more, you're just more comfortable, when you feel like you have something on top. So the photographer's there taking pictures and then stops. And our chapter president is like, everybody with a cover up, take them off. And literally, like, every plus size person standing there just kind of looked side to side and was looking at each other like, are you serious? Because that's like our security net right there, a cover up. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So you have a few seconds to take it off because we have to finish this photo shoot. So I take it off, and the entire time I am so uncomfortable. I'm like, oh my gosh, it feels like I was naked on the beach. And I know I wasn't naked on the beach, but that's what it felt like. It felt like I was naked on the beach. And my sorority sister, at the time, the president, that said take it off, her body is amazing. And I'm like, wow, she looks phenomenal, but that's not how I felt about myself. So at that time, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have to do this photo shoot with no cover up. So we're taking the pictures with the cover up, and the entire time we finished the photo shoot. So the pictures come out. Man, let me tell you, talk about a wake-up call. I'm going to try to just link one of the photos somehow. I'll figure it out. I'm not really good with all of the YouTubing. I'm new to this, but if you bear with me, I'll figure out how to add pictures in. But let me tell you, if you can see that picture, when I add it in, you'll be like, oh, I didn't know that I look like that. Because when I look at myself and I just look, I don't know, when I look at myself, I just see me, and I guess I don't see what other people see because I didn't think I looked that big. And I was like, whoa, like looking at that picture was like another wake-up call. So there's 2 wake-up calls in the same time span within the same year. And, just over time, I think at first, instead of my reaction being, hey, I'm going to do better, I think I just let it get to me. Like, hey, I've tried everything. I've done all that I can do. I mean, I'm just going to eat whatever I'm going to eat. We all die sometime, right? So I kind of got the F it mentality. And I stopped caring. To be honest, I just kind of stopped caring. If I wanted to eat it, I was going to eat it and I was going to be happy eating it. And I think it took some time to realize that it was emotional. All of that was emotional. Me saying, oh, I don't care, because truly, when people say, oh, I love you the way you are, me too. I love me the way I am too. But I know what's healthy and what's not healthy. Just because I want to lose weight, it doesn't mean that I don't love myself. It just means that I love myself enough to realize if you want to be here long term, you have to make some changes. And my skin was breaking out around that time, like really breaking out. I struggled with acne in high school, but my skin was really breaking out, and I could tell that I was really getting up there. So if you want to start a journey, you have to figure out your why. And you can't start a journey for the sole purpose of just pleasing someone else. You can't say, hey, I want to lose weight because my husband would love me, or I don't want my husband to leave me, or my girlfriend or fiance, whoever you have. Or it can't be, well, I'm doing this just for my kids. You love your kids and you are a mom, but you are a person too. You have to be very specific in why are you doing this, and look deep within yourself to kind of figure out why are you doing this and why is this important. So if you're going to find your why, my suggestion would be to think of, you can start, if you don't know where else to start, you can start by thinking of the people you love the most and what you love doing. Like, what is something that you love doing that is difficult because you're overweight? So, like for me, I would love to have children, and I would love to be alive to see them grow. I want to be a part of their lives. I don't have children right now, but I do want children, and I want to be a part of their lives. I don't want to be, 6 feet under when my kids are still young. I really want to take care of myself. So that's something. And also I saw something this year that really, it just hit the nail right on the head. It was like, okay, we're doing this. It was a mom. She was in the supermarket. I saw her in the supermarket. We came out together, and she was standing, she had parked her car, and I saw her coming out her complex before I pulled off. Well, her kid ran off, like just completely ran off. And she was trying to chase her child, but she was really overweight. So, I'm overweight, she was overweight, but she was much bigger than I am. So she had difficulty catching her child, and the cars were coming, and I thought to myself, like, oh my gosh. And my immediate reaction was like, oh my God, like, I just want to stop my car and get this kid. But she got her child was fine, and you could tell she was panicking. But the fact that it took her so long to catch her child was a wake-up call. Like, that can be any parent at all. I guess whether you're skinny or not, you still can have that problem. But you could tell she was winded, she was exhausted. And for the safety of my child, I do, when I do have children, kids are quick. And I know that by being a teacher, kids are quick. I want to be able to be able to react in a manner that's just appropriate. Like, I can grab my kid. If my kid go to dart off, I have the quick reflexes and movement and just the ability to be on top of my kid and have that energy. And I would never want that to happen to any parent. And I hope that, if that has happened to you, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, because it wasn't my child and I was panicking. So I really want to get my weight together. If my child runs off, I want to be able to catch my child. Like, I have puppies, and when the puppies run off and I'm trying to catch them, I am winded and I'm exhausted. But I have a lot of land around my house, so I know they're not getting far, but still it takes me a long time to get them. So I also urge you to think about, how does it make you feel? When you think about your why, how does it make you feel? Doesn't it elicit an emotion that makes you feel like, I have to do this, like this is something I need to do? And I also would say, be very specific. If you're going to have a why, you don't want to just say, I love myself and my family. Like I said earlier, it's just very broad. And you want to make it, deeply personal so that it's motivating and it stays on the top of your mind. So if you want an idea of maybe some things that I have for my why, I can share them with you. I have like 5 over here. And the first one is, I have a severe addiction to sugar that will cause me to miss out on some wonderful things that I love to do. Like I love to ride horses, and I love to go to amusement parks, and I love teaching energetically.